Please rise for the presentation of colors and singing of our national anthem, and remain standing until the colors have left the floor. March on the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Good evening, and thank you for your patience this evening with our delay as we were trying to make sure that all of our graduates were here this evening for tonight's commencement. Our staff and I would like to welcome all of you, parents, grandparents, friends, and distinguished guests to South Kitsap High School's 2010 commencement ceremony. Now it is my pleasure as principal of South Kitsap High School to introduce our distinguished guests. To my right, Mr. Casey Ogan, assistant principal. Dr. Kurt Wagner, deputy superintendent, South Kitsap Schools. Mr. Keith Garton, school board member. Ms. Patty Henderson, school board member. Mr. David LaRose, superintendent, South Kitsap Schools. Ms. Catherine Simpson, School Board President. Mr. Christopher Lemke, School Board Member. Mr. Jay Rosapepe, School Board Member. And Mr. Troy Torno, Assistant Principal. I also want to thank Mr. Gary Grams, Mr. Bob Cooper, Mr. Michael Paul Kuntz, and our band. The NJROTC, Captain Tetrick, Sergeant Major Brooks for presenting our colors this evening. Mr. Mike Downham and the video production crew. Mr. Mike Allen and the senior highlighters, chamber choir, and sign choir. Assistant Principal Jerry Lundberg, counselors Kathy Hamill and Mary Hawksley, our office support staff Rosa Buss and Meredith Shanley for planning this year's graduation ceremony. I also would like to recognize the outstanding staff of South Kitsap High School and the rest of the staff of South Kitsap School District for their dedication, hard work, and support of the graduating class 2010 throughout the past 13 years. Would you please all stand and be recognized? Staff? And at this time, I'd like to introduce an outstanding young lady, Brianne Hahn.
Hey, class of 2010. This is sort of a surreal feeling, isn't it? Being at your very own high school graduation. For most of us, it came really quickly, and for others, it probably couldn't come quickly enough. But we're here, and it's our moment. We have repeatedly heard our parents say that the last 18 years have just flown by. And if you think about it, they really have. I remember the first day of 7th grade and being told that from that day on, my life would go by as quickly as a blink of an eye. Then again in sophomore year, being told, your life begins in 2 years, and it was an almost unimaginable thought. I've been to graduation many times, and I remember thinking, what is the point of all this? You put 3 years of your life into hard classes, hard activities, portfolios, stressing over credits, for what? To sit in a 2-hour ceremony? And then I realized that wasn't it at all. This ceremony we sit in today is not pointless. The staff members around us through these last 3 years are having this ceremony to celebrate the beginning of the rest of our lives. They are putting us out in the world in hope that we will make a difference and be the change. And as the great class of 2010, I believe we can. High school was all about what you made of it, and we all came from different groups. But none of that matters anymore. It doesn't matter if you were a cheerleader, a jock, computer kid, theater kid, band or choir kid. We're all human beings, and now we're all accomplished. We will remember this moment for the rest of our lives and tell future generations about it. So look at the people next to you and around you and say, congratulations, because we're graduating. A friend posted a quote on Facebook summing up graduation perfectly, and it said, there are things that we never want to leave behind, but keep in mind that letting go isn't the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new life. And ready or not, world, here comes the class of 2010. Thank you. Now introducing Leanne Fears singing Free to Be Me.
They wrap it around. Hang on. Okay. someday. I'm still looking for a dream. The war's already waged before my destiny. But you've already won the battle. You got great plans for me, though I can't always see. 'Cause I got a couple dents in my fender, got a couple rips in my jeans. Try to fit the pieces together. Perfection is my enemy, and on my own I'm so clumsy. But on your shoulders I can see I'm free to be me. When I was just a girl, I thought I had it figured out. See, my life would turn out right, and I'd make it here somehow. But things don't always come that easy, and sometimes I would doubt. Whoa, 'cause I got a couple dents in my fender, got a couple rips in my jeans. Try to fit the pieces together. Perfection is my enemy, and on my own I'm so clumsy. But on your shoulders I can see I'm free to be me. And you're free to be you. Sometimes I believe that I can do anything, yet other times I think I've got nothing good to bring. But you look in the heart and tell me that I've got all you seek. Oh, and it's easy to believe, even though I got a couple dents in my fender, got a couple rips in my jeans. Try to fit the pieces together. Perfection is my enemy, and on my own I'm so clumsy. But on your shoulders I can see I got a couple dents in my fender, got a couple rips in my jeans. Try to fit the pieces together. Perfection is my enemy, and on my own I'm so clumsy. But on your shoulders I can see I'm free to be me. And you're free to be you.
Now introducing Danica Giger with her speech. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations, 2010! We made it. To think these 3 simple words culminate the last 12 years of our lives. Although we've spent our time crossing days of our calendars and counting down the hours, minutes, and seconds, we never thought we'd finally get here. But we did. We made it through those awkward early years and those overwhelming, stressful moments where everything seems like too much. We made it through a state championship for soccer and a perfect football season this year. We made it through crowded hallways, honor society cleanups, the streaker at a football game, ASB meetings, the homecoming boys attempting to dance to single ladies, dreaded lunch lines, band and choir performances, prom, and so much more. All to get here this day in the Tacoma Dome in front of all our teachers, our friends, and our family. Without these people, we never could have gotten here. I'd like everyone to take this moment to realize the people who have helped you get here today. We've been lucky to have a great supportive staff here at South that really does care about our successes. And every one of us has some individual here today that has been with us all along. Through all our mistakes and all our successes, you've been there for us, reaching out a hand and pulling us up from our failures. And today more than ever, thank you for that. I remember first walking in those doors at South, and I felt lost. And for those first few months, I know we separated ourselves into the kids from Cedar, the kids from Sedgwick, the kids from Marcus, and everyone else. But that feeling's changed. We're no longer the Rain Devils, the Generals, or Trailblazers. We're the strong and proud wolves of South Kitsap High School. We've merged into one proud student body of wolves, and we've made some lasting friendships and memories that we'll never forget. Graduating isn't easy, no matter what anyone says. High school is a stepping stone for all of us. It's during high school that we learn how to drive, perhaps become legal to vote, and take those dreaded SATs. It's crazy to see how far we've come, from those days of braces and bad hair. We've all grown up and started making the initial decisions that will define who we'll be in 10 or even 50 years from now. I know it's been a difficult time these past few months, trying to pull together an effective senior presentation. And if you've taken AP classes, then you've gotten used to studying for more than just tests or essays. It all seems a little unreal to look back at ourselves just a few months ago. How we were so close to being done, but still had so much left to do before we could be sitting here. Looking back, I recall the excitement and nostalgia going downstairs to retrieve graduation announcements and the caps and gowns we have on here today. It doesn't feel real, and even now I don't think it's sunk in yet. I don't think I'll really come to the realization that we finally graduated until it's time to actually pack my bags and strike out on my own. Summer is going to be full of our last hurrahs and last goodbyes, but we'll never forget the memories we've had here or the experiences we've had growing up in the South Kitsap community. And with that, I would like to leave you all some words of wisdom from Winston Churchill. Success is never final. Failure is never fatal. The only thing that matters is courage. It takes a lot of courage to do what we are doing today, leaving the comforts of high school to pursue our future. But it will be worth it in the end. We did it, class of 2010. We're finally graduating. I would now like to introduce Sarah Hinley Hicks and Shelby Valley singing For Good from Wicked.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime, so let Let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. So now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring as it passes the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. And who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled like a ship as it passes us by a wind off the sea, like a stream that meets a like a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed. For good. We'd like to welcome Mr. Holston back to the podium now.
Thank you, ladies. Well, good evening. It is with great pleasure that I stand here before you to honor these outstanding young adults, the graduating class of 2010. I'd like to begin by recognizing the top 10 of the graduating class of 2010. And as I read your name, would you please stand and remain standing? The class of 2010 valedictorian, Danica Giger. Salutatorian, Simone Schaefer. And now the remaining top 10 of the class of 2010. If you'd please hold your applause until they are all standing. James Irwin, Jessica Duckworth, Tammy McTaggart, Adam Williams, Sydney Budd, Miranda Ness, Patrick Murphy, and Marlena Matthews. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 of the graduating class of 2010. In addition, I would like to recognize 14 graduates who will leave here tonight with 2 degrees, their high school diploma and their Associate of Arts degree from Olympic Community College. As I read your name, would you please stand? And once again, if you would hold your applause till they're all standing. Andrew Brooks, Sydney Budd, Lydia Drew, Banner Driscoll, Brandon Eberly, Jordan Frazier, Cassandra Kerr, Marlena Orpilha, Gregory Pickard, Corey Screws, Courtney Shadbolt, Ashley Williams, Stephanie Wilson, and Melissa Wright. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 degrees this evening. And once again, as I stand here before you this evening, so proudly, looking out at each and every one of you, I realize that right now, we share so much in common. We're all a bit nervous, a little anxious, and we're all filled with excitement. My anxiety could be the fear of losing my place or stumbling through this speech, or maybe wondering if we're starting on time. And it might be not knowing what's going to happen next. I know this is something that each and every one of you will be thinking about or feeling tomorrow morning. Rest assured, though, that part of that anxious feeling will fade as you walk across the stage tonight as graduates of South Kitsap High School. The rest will fade as you move through or towards the next steps in your life, only to resurface in years to come. The next step may have you entering the world of work. Some of you will be serving in the military. Many of you will be heading off to college this fall, or some of you might decide to travel a bit before making the decision on what that next step might be. However, tonight, our excitement is for you and all of your accomplishments, culminating with the accomplishment of completing this portion of your life, your high school career. And please understand that South Kitsap High School is a better place today than it was just 3 short years ago. I know this to be true, as many of you have told me so over the last few years. You see, each and every one of you have left a lasting impression, your footprint or mark for all of us, all the future graduates, and us to follow and remember. Each of you as individuals and or as groups has accomplished so very much, whether it was in the classroom, singing on a stage in New York, performing on the stage in our own auditorium, competing on a playing field or surface, or marching down the streets in Pasadena. Each of you has excelled during this time with us. You've accomplished these things with great success and great pride. SK pride. Believe me when I say you have so much to be proud of. I know, because we all are. I will enjoy the memories that you leave behind, and I'm looking forward to following the memories that each of you will create. We want to thank each and every one of you for making your years at South wonderful, enjoyable, and memorable. And as you begin to work on the next set of memories, a quote from Krista McCullough, a teacher and astronaut, comes to mind. Be yourself, try your best, and never be afraid to dream. I encourage each one of you to remember and embrace this quote as you reflect on your memories and begin to craft the next set of memories. As you walk out of here tonight, we, the staff of South Kitsap High School, wish each of you the best of luck with all that you do. And although we're all individuals and content with the different directions we may choose, please remember that we all share a bond. We are all members and will always be members of the same pack. We are all wolves. Yes, you will always be a wolf. And now, on behalf of our staff, I hereby certify as principal of South Kitsap High School that these graduates have met the requirements of the state of Washington and the South Kitsap School District. Mr. LaRose, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the South Kitsap High School graduating class of 2010. Mr. LaRose, would you please come forward and accept the class of 2010?
parents, family members, guests, friends, and graduating wolves. Graduates, this moment, right now, is your time. It is truly an honor and a privilege to participate in and share in this special, once-in-a-lifetime event. Events such as these are cause for celebration and reflection. Not only a time to look ahead, but also a time to recall those special and significant times in your journey to this very moment. 13 years, 2,340 days of school. An impressive number in itself, although not so impressive when it's compared to the number of text messages you have all sent in the past 3 days. Of course, I also noticed that the ones laughing aren't the ones paying the cell phone bill. Certainly a great deal of time has passed, and as they say, time flies when you're having fun. The times before you and the times behind you are filled with experiences that are memorable, forgettable, hopeful, hurtful, temporary, and timeless. When we look back at a year, a moment, an experience, we often begin by saying, "That was a time when," and then we complete the statement with various memories of what was important and popular, what ended, and what began. As young adults, you've earned the privilege, just like the rest of us, to look back at those temporary times and laugh at what you used to wear, what you used to think was cool, what visual effects you used to think were amazing, and the archaic ways in which you used to communicate. That's right. Do you realize there was actually a time when you got in trouble for passing a note to a classmate, like a real handwritten note that was on paper? That really happened. When you began as a kindergartner in 1997, Game Boys were the new fad, and they wouldn't even come in colors until you were in first grade. That guy who made Avatar, he was really popular back then for a movie called Titanic. And how many of you had at least one Beanie Baby? A Tamagotchi? Now let's see how many of you raise your hand and will admit to watching Teletubbies. All right. That same year, 1997, a study conducted by MIT, the prestigious Massachusetts Institute of Technology, found the following. According to those surveys in the United States of America, the #1 invention that made life easier for Americans was the VCR. 4 students just said, "What's that?" The invention, this is what those surveyed said, that had the least impact on their lives was the internets. I don't know if they said internets, but it makes it funnier. It was followed closely by voicemail and personal computers. 44% of those American surveys said that this device had virtually no impact on their lives whatsoever. The cell phone. Times certainly change. The magical invention that was created when you were in first grade, Google. The average cost of a movie ticket when you were in second grade, $5. When you were a third grader, the average number of text messages sent per month was 35. More than half of you have sent that many since I started talking. You were in fourth grade when the first iPod was released. When you were in seventh grade, YouTube was released. Your times have included the creation and generated raving fans for SpongeBob, American Idol, Harry Potter, Twilight, and High School Musical. However, try as I might, I couldn't find any research that would help me understand the whole trends around boys' pants. We've done this gigantic thing, and now we're into this 4 sizes too small, but either way, it certainly made boxer shorts far more popular. And one study in 2002 found that a majority of you still felt that some adults were cool. Okay, that study was done in my own home, and data in 2010 reflects that's no longer the case, but you get the point. But these are a few examples that should reassure you, for much of what you have experienced and will ultimately face in your life is temporary. It's those things that are timeless that matter most. You've heard it before, pretty simple, yet unquestionably some of the very best advice you will ever receive. Do your best, be your best. And while this is a time where there's great and exciting discussions about where you are going and what you're going to do, what is most important and always will be most important is who you are. Doing and being your best will carry over into every single aspect of your life: education, career, family, and friends. And through it all, it's your character that matters. Your character is timeless. Inventions and enhancements in technology will never overcome the impact of those who choose to be unkind, unforgiving, selfish, and irresponsible. And while success will continue to be defined by titles, salaries, awards, and achievements, these temporary times will never overcome your regrets. Those things you wish you could go back and change, do over, and take back. Much of what is temporary is beyond our control. However, who you are is timeless and absolutely, unquestionably your choice. Do great things. Set and pursue and reach audacious goals. And above all else, be kind, be caring, be trustworthy, be forgiving, and be grateful. I'm going to close with a quote from timeless author, known to us all as Dr. Seuss. And this one might be more for the moms and dads out there. Dr. Seuss says this: "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." Congratulations, South Kitsap Wolves graduating class 2010. And now, on behalf of the South Kitsap School District community and our school board of directors, I proudly and humbly accept the class of 2010 and authorize the presentation of diplomas.
We ask that you please hold your applause until the end so all names can be heard. Sarah Eiler.
Erica Lynn Copeland.
Earl P. Anyas.
Michael Ian Arino Aldana.
Brianne Victoria Hahn.
Jessica Marie Winden.
Frederick Bell Jr.
Amanda Debach.
Danica Rose Gigger.
Shelby Valley.
Leanne Michelle Osborne Fears.
Sarah Henley Hicks.
Brittany Abbott.
Eric Lougheed.
James Akos.
Maria Elena McConas.
Jennifer Ock.
Jacob Madel.
Veronica Adam.
Timothy Frederick Mansfield.
Sarah Addington.
Joshua James Mantia.
Jennifer Megan Aguila.
Benjamin James Markham.
Brian Akers.
Cassandra J. Marks.
Aaron Jacob William Alexander.
Michelle Marsh.
Michael Lance Alonzo.
Jared Martin.
Antonisha Mercedes Alexander.
Lauren Rose Holm.
Nicholas Valera.
Samantha Karen Furman.
Caitlin Helena Benson.
Miranda Tesoro Maluso Ness.
Courtney May Hill.
Carissa Martin.
Amy Anderson.
Benjamin Mason.
Eric Anderson.
Colin John Mason.
Jordan Anderson.
Shayna Mateo.
Cody Archambault.
Cynthia Bernice Malden.
Douglas Matthew Archuleta.
Heather Renee Mayer.
Austin Arper.
Amanda Chantel Maynard.
Kirsten Aubrey.
James Michael McAuliffe.
Catherine Lynn Marie Bailey.
Cody Michael McBride.
Brian Baldwin.
Clara McCollum.
Jordan Sage Ball.
Marissa Elizabeth McFarland.
Brenda Lee Elizabeth Banks.
Warren James McGinnis.
Jake Bannon.
Holly Kathleen McKendrick.
Hunter James Barnes.
Michael McLaren.
Danica Shanae Behringer.
Dylan Scott McNeil.
Kayla Janae Bow.
Austin James Melvin.
Michelle Beam.
Felicia Nicole Mendenhall.
Jimmy Beebe.
Shayra Elisa Lariosa Mercado.
Gordon Scott Anderson.
Robert Andrew Mitchell.
Brannon William Bell.
Dylan William Merrick.
Emma Katrina Bell.
Kaylin Renee Meyer.
Bobby Lee Bennett.
Jeffrey Kyle Milligan.
Chad Allen Bitterman.
Kelsey Milo.
Abby Blankenship.
Joel Cameron Minor.
Christopher Lamar Blue.
Haley Renee Mishko.
Christina Lee Bodie.
Anthony J. Moberg.
Stephen Bodle.
Maggie Montgomery.
Jasmine Charlene Bowler.
Kiera Moore.
Jordan Ray Bower.
Cody Harlan Morgan.
Nicholas Boss.
Elise Rose Morris.
Bridget Box.
Casey Garman Muller.
Kylie Boys.
Tanner Landon Muller.
Daniel Braun.
Caitlin Ellen Murphy.
Christopher Mark Bricker.
Mary Elaine Mushrow.
Caitlin Elizabeth Brookins.
Michael Joseph Mustard.
Andrew Brooks.
Mariah Nagley.
Brittany Brooks.
Justin Nebris.
Sina Brooks.
Brianna Lynn Neal.
Christine Browder.
Corinne Nelson.
Ashley Brown.
Christopher Ryan Nenninger.
Cameron Michael Brown.
Parker James Noble.
Cedric Damone Brown.
Ariana Knoll.
Courtney Lee Brown.
Jeffrey John Nooney.
Nicholas James Brown.
Natasha Knott.
Willie Bryan.
Ashley Marie Novak.
Caitlin Budd.
Chelsea Lee Novogradek.
Taylor Brianne Burbank.
Alexis Len Odell.
Colin Berg.
Brandy Oglesby.
Gage Bystrom.
Matthew Kenneth Ogletree.
Allie Katie.
Marlena Opilla.
AC Katie.
Frank Joseph Osinski.
Kayla Hazel Caldwell.
Edward Herman Nelson.
Sarah Mukiko Camacho.
Bo Sheldon Otak.
Tyler J. Campbell.
Kelsey Overly.
Stephen Ambrose Candelaria.
Anthony James Parker.
Jamie Nicole Cantrell.
J.C. Parker.
Carolyn Joy Carson.
Alex Parks.
Mitchell Lee Cartwright.
Fallon Patterson.
Janelle Lindsay Cash.
Grace Camille Paisno.
Morgan Kasani.
Kadir Perez.
I-Marie Rose Castillion.
Aubriana Rose Perry.
Stephen Robert Castleton.
Nicole Marie Perry.
Bernadine Cervantes.
Joseph Ray Peterson.
Larry Theodore Chapman.
Courtney Christine Peterson.
Raymond Chico.
Cynthia Lynn Peterson Stanley.
Mario Andres Chirinos.
Derek Andrew Peterson.
Natasha Monique Chisholm.
Kelton Charles Peterson.
Samantha Christensen.
Rachel Pettit.
Jacob Sisney.
Jillian Philbrook.
Alex Clark.
Greg Pickard.
Tegan Spencer Clark.
Patrick Pickering.
Matthew John Caudill.
Christine Elizabeth Pearson.
Rebecca Danielle Lavar.
Melissa Margaret Pilling.
Courtney Ann Clay.
Chris Piontek.
Tyler Andrew Cohen.
Cassandra Louise Marie Pitts.
Haley Cole.
Samantha Poe.
Kayla Cole.
Rochelle Lonnie Pomical.
Ryan Thomas Collins.
Melissa Ann Ponton.
Chelsea Nicole Cook.
Joseph Neil Porter.
Felicia Cortez.
Catherine Cashmere Porter.
Joel Cottrell.
Haley Marie Prater Scott.
Tiffany Coughlin.
Tony Priester.
Jasmine Coyne.
Jonathan Prinz.
Kylie Kadeen Craig.
Joshua Edward Keali'imoku Proveno.
Donovan Crenshaw.
Erica Quigley.
Katie Creswick.
Aubrey Rackentine.
Callie Andrea Crothers.
Gage Hunter Ramsey.
Carissa Nadine Cruz.
Matthew Wesley Pine.
Zachary Ross Cruz.
Charles Glenn Robertson.
Christy Melissa Cullen.
Jolynn Redfern.
Wes Connor Cully.
Jeff Renner.
Robert Culver.
Stephen Roten.
Troy Courier.
Alex Richmond.
Dylan Daniels.
Spencer Ricketson.
Jenna Marie Davis.
Doug Ridgway.
Marissa Davis.
Nolan Rivera.
Raleigh Davis.
Kelsey Elizabeth Roberts.
Nico de la Cruz.
Andrew Michael Robinson.
Swayze Dean.
Jeffrey Robinson.
Thomas Joseph Decker.
Cynthia Robles.
Joshua Delaney.
Jessica Ann Rogers.
Alexis Carolyn Lee Deloy.
Bobby Rogers.
Ben Densmore.
Haley Jane Rondo.
Melanie Rose DeWitt.
Isabella Mia Rosendahl.
Lauren Sherelle Dyke.
Kyle Dean Rothwell.
Monica Domena.
Scott Sawyer.
Ethan Ryan Lundgren.
Sean Sawyer.
Taryn Donovan.
Taylor Rosel.
Connor Wayne Downey.
Rachel Marie Francine Rowe.
Brandon Jerome Dravis.
Justin Roland.
Lydia Lois Drew.
Melissa Russell.
Tamara K. Dunn.
Amber Rutz.
Daniel Durbin.
Nina Sally.
James Joseph Donald Dye.
Ashley Sampont.
Craig Nicholas Dias.
Melissa San Juan.
David Zekin.
Alyssa Ann Sanders.
Brandon Michael Eberly.
Molly Sands.
Robbie Charles Eckroth.
Janan Concepcion Santos.
Kayleen Elise Eddings.
Carl Edwin Schipple.
Ryan Matthew Eddy.
Dale Schuster.
Daniel Edmondson.
Ashley White Scroggins.
Jack Edzinger.
Corey Edward Screws.
Corey Robert Elert.
Delaney Seal.
Amanda Nicole Ely.
Stephanie Zamel.
Kendra Sue Miller.
Ashley Ray Seward.
Samantha Jean Ellie.
John James Sewell.
Sherman Emily.
Courtney Paige Shadbolt.
Clifford England.
Zachary Stephen Schaefer.
Nicholas Yuri.
Derek Shatton.
Kelly Ann Ewert.
Boyd Edward Shelby.
Danielle Nicole Fabi.
Michelle Faye Sherwin.
Marion Fairgrieve.
Brianna Larrabee Shinners.
Christian Favors.
Sean Shipley.
Stacy Liana Feldman.
Bruce Wayne Six.
Adriana Elizabeth Fierros.
Holly Sealer.
Emmeline Christine Finney.
Amanda Silver.
Justine Fisher.
Devin Simon.
Thomas Jerome Charles Fitzgerald.
Stephanie Jane Simpson.
Jake Flanagan.
Rabjot Singh.
Spencer Renee Flores.
Justin Michael Slazak.
Teresa Marie Flynn.
Brent William Smith.
Josh Fort.
Heather Bonita Ann Smith.
Jared George Bays.
LaSasha Smith.
Macaulay Tyler Fox.
Katrina Sogi.
Angela Marie Fraley.
Charlie Sorensen.
Jordan Nicole Frazier.
Kyle Sparber.
Elizabeth Ann Freeman.
Alex Spoor.
Clint Fretz.
Emma Sproulls.
Emma Marie Fritz.
Eric Alexander Staffney.
Brianna Fry.
Carrie Ellen Stanford.
Tyler Gregory Gales.
Brittany Stepper. No.
David Gibson.
Shelby Lynn Sterling.
Christy Gilbert.
Danielle Whitney Stewart.
Nick Gillard.
Thea Stewart.
David Michael Gillespie.
Haley Stice.
Okay. Shannon Gillespie.
Donna Renee Stucker.
Kevin Michael Glazner.
Michael Stojak.
Caitlin Elizabeth Glinsky.
Kelsey Ray Stoner.
Callie Godfrey.
Brianna Ray Griffin.
Joshua Gallegos.
Erickson Strobel Smith.
Aaron Lyle Boyington.
Olivia Strobel Smith.
Brooke Ashley Granado.
Athena Tonazzi Subia.
Brenna Olivia Green.
Alexa Sirowick.
Keith Mitchell Gray.
Keegan Sutherland.
Heather Marie Grice.
Alexa Taimanglo.
Janelle Renee Grice.
Deja Tahaji.
Heather Griffin.
Aaron Thatcher.
Holly Grill.
Shane Michael Teal.
Ashlyn Gretzek.
Kylie Shea Thiesenvitz.
Sarah Gwynn.
Anthony Terrell Thomas.
Dylan Gutierrez.
Amber Thompson.
Colton Habenek.
Taylor Nicole Thompson.
Christy Hall.
Zoe McAllister Thompson.
Mackenzie Hall.
Sean Thornhill.
Janae Susanna Hamill.
Samantha Trank.
Dixon Steele Hammer.
Leah Tyann Traxel.
Cassandra Renee McClellan.
Trisha Kathleen Tremper.
Jonathan David Hanley.
Eric Trogdon.
Caroline Grace Happel.
Lindsay Utter.
Michelle Harris.
Andrew Vanderhoof.
Teralyn Bonetti Harrison.
Wesley Van Vleck.
Justin Hart.
Audrey Voture.
Michael Allen Heath.
Catherine Ann Vetter.
Samantha Kirsten Heltman.
Ariel Calderon Villegas.
Linda Helmke.
Michelle Virata.
Melissa Ann Helwig.
Ryan Glaskamp.
Allison Marianne Hendrickson.
Alexa Faye Marie Blist.
Nicholas Henry.
Riley Aaron Voshell.
Adonis Michael Harad.
Taylor Brittany Wagner.
Sarah Higgins.
Samantha Waverly Walsh.
Victoria Lynn Hilf.
Hannah Walters.
Haley Nicole Hill.
Brian Wayne Ward.
Allison K. Hinkle.
Greg Wasilchin.
Trisha Marie Holston.
Andrew Wasserman.
Tammy Lee McTaggart.
Alicia Aiken.
Allison Rachel Hoffman.
Janae Andrus.
Amber Louise Holloway.
Ryan James Arthod.
Riley Joseph Holloway Heim.
Ryan A. Clark.
Mallory Hork.
Andrew James Kroc.
Megan Hannah Houston.
Jack Wesley Dirth II.
Kate Hovick.
Paul DeCourt.
Janelle Hipaya Howard.
Ryland Granville Doran.
John Patrick Hughes. Patrick John Hughes, excuse me.
Jessica Lynn Duckworth.
Tori Michelle Hughes.
Dylan Weaver.
Eric Michael Hewlett.
Molly Corinne Werder.
Luis Anel Infante.
Andrea Wessel.
James Irwin.
Rachel Wester.
Trevor Isom.
Jeffrey Dwayne White.
Jenna Issa.
Jordan Whitlock.
Robert Issa.
Brittany Wiederich.
Amy Ann Kimberly Kingston.
Ashley Camille Williams.
Joel Uwe Iwanek.
Chelsea Williams.
Ashley Jackson.
Felicia Lynn Frank.
Chelsea Renee Jackson.
Sierra Linda Garner.
Jennifer Noel Marie Jacobson.
Emily Elizabeth Hall.
Lindsay James.
Travis James Hart.
Ellen Elizabeth Jensen.
Steen Howell.
Reese Jewett.
Colin Lee Johnson.
Dane Richard Johnson.
Callie Nicole Jones.
Emma Johnson.
Rachel Carolyn Curley.
Ricky Johnson.
Dylan Scott Kramer.
Mark Douglas Jones.
Haley Alexis Williams.
Michelle Rose Jorgensen.
Jeff Williams.
Ian Francis Jose.
Jeremy Williams.
Rihanna Jocelyn.
Luke Williams.
Susanna Denise Lorraine Justice.
Allison Louise Willoughby.
Annie Rose Kafer.
Kelly Wilson.
Lemuel TJ Polkrabeck.
Stephanie Nicole Wilson.
Brian Callio.
Crystal Lynn Winkleman.
Jordan Danae Keene.
Jeremy Witt.
Alanya Marie Keene.
Brian Lee.
Cassandra Kerr.
Brendan J. Lowry.
Raymond Francis Kelly IV.
Marlena Ann Matthews.
Christopher Ryan Kennedy.
Hannah Elizabeth Melcher.
Matthew Ryan Key.
Allie Charisse Page.
Tyler Eugene Key.
Tessa Marie Ponto.
Ashley King.
Luke Joseph Posadas.
Cameron Lowell King.
Megan Christine Sanger.
Jessica Kirk.
Paula Bell Santos.
Gavin Klein.
Simone Schaefer.
Anita Kolcheva.
Ashley Nicole Wittig.
Keaton Christopher Kovac.
Michelle Wold.
Christina Lorraine Krawicki.
Jackson Woodard.
Lauren Ashley Kroll.
Stephen Worley.
Kyle Dwayne Lavelle.
Lauren Lucille Wright.
Brittany Nicole Nash.
Melissa Michelle Wright.
Leon Ladeau IV.
Gregory Curtis Wyatt.
Michael Lacey.
Andrew Stephen Youngs.
Joshua Lavonte.
Sasa Saveatasi.
Jessica Megan Larson.
Daniel R. Spellman.
Megan Elizabeth Lieber.
Stephanie Valdez.
Nicole E. Lee.
Evan Wallace Van Covern Weaver.
Elizabeth Ann Levenseller.
Hannah West.
Holly Leiter.
Adam Williams.
Clinton Vernon Liskey.
Matt Williams.
Alan J. Lynn.
Wesley Aaron Wooldridge.
Scott Anthony Little.
Lacey Danielle Zimmerman.
Kyle Littlewolf.
Nissa Zolna.
Adam David Lomer.
Juan Camilo Arbeláez.
Cassie Marie Long.
Barbora de Bafora.
Sean Loemar.
Lucas Horteski.
Antonia Louie.
Ami Kondo.
Taylor Nielsen Lyman. Cole Nelson.
Javier Nunez Perez.
Travis Scott Lowe.
Umilia Kolok Ringdol.
Travis Donald Lowell.
Juliana Fusate Rodriguez.
Vivian Renee Lucina.
Lars Schmidt.
Robert Lucy. Thomas Lumsden. Isaac Lockhart. Bryce Allen Cruz. Alex Edward Morris. Samuel Talkington. Michael Wilkerson.
I'd like to reintroduce Danica Giger, our valedictorian, for the turning of the tassel.
Graduates of 2010, please stand for the changing of the tassels and the singing of our alma mater. All right, on the count of three, we're all going to move our tassels from the right to the left. 1, 2, 3. At this time, we would like everyone to join us in the singing of our alma mater. Please refer to your program for the words.